Now, on the 1st of May every year, the world celebrates International Workers' Day. Trade unions continue to voice their unhappiness with inequality, low salaries and general working conditions. And every year, unions vow to continue the fight to address the challenges. But are they succeeding? Well, to discuss the impact of labour unions, we're joined by brand reputation management expert Moeng. Mr. Moeng, thank you very much for your time here on eNCA. Now, of course, you look at unions. Are they even still powerful in terms of making sure that they steer the governing party in the right direction? They are somewhat part of the problem, aren't they, with their own divisions?
Yeah, definitely. But they are also part of the governing or misgoverning tripartite alliance. So, I mean, if you say to guide the misgoverning party in the right direction, what is the right direction? Is it the direction for the unions, especially the union leaders, to get what they want? Or is it for South Africa to become a better country for all, to grow in economy and all that? Look at the state of the economy now, and we could go into details about where we are at. The trade unions have been there for a long time. Maybe the trade unions shouldn't be too tied to any political party. I mean, I was listening to the president of COSATU earlier saying that whatever happens, we're going to fight to strengthen the ANC. We're going to vote for the ANC again. We're going to support the ANC. But the ANC has messed up. What do they really care about? I mean, it's surely they should be independent of any political party in power. They should just say, this is what we want to fight for South Africa, for the workers, which is a fight that must be had, but in a way that is not, they can't keep trying the same things over and over again and expect different outcomes.
So it's the unions, the trade unions, that are letting the workers down, and then it's the governing party that is letting the workers down. So we clearly then don't have the right caliber of leaders to, make life better for the labour force.
Yeah, well, definitely. But like, as I said, I mean, they are being tied to the hip to the party in government is a big problem. I mean, and you can see obviously COSATU leaders and other federation members, those who lead it, want to become members of parliament one day and be deployed to cushy political government positions. A lot of times it's the ordinary worker who's losing out. And I was looking not just at earlier on in your coverage, I was not just looking at what was being said by the leaders, I was looking at the reaction of those people gathered there. I'm sure they were bussed there, maybe they were offered some lunch. Whenever the leaders go, Amanda, they go on about the revolution, I don't know what that means in 2023. Those guys sit there, they are bored, they're just waiting to be taken back home, to be given whatever they've been promised for the day. You can see the disconnect between these trade union leaders / ANC leaders, tripartite leaders, and the people they claim to represent. I mean, a lot of those guys are unemployed. Of course, they came there because, hey, maybe somebody promised them lunch or stipend for the day. I don't know what they give them, a free bus ride, but nothing is in it for them. It's all about the political parties. So it's up to the ordinary people to really wake up and think for themselves, is this really working for us? What is it? What's in it for us? It's not in it, that nothing is in it for South Africa, and nothing is definitely in it for the workers.
All right, so now if you're saying that, the tripartite alliance is not working for the benefits of South Africans, you're talking trade union, you're talking the leadership in terms of a political party that is leading this country, and then you have the private sector in the form of Sibanye, etc. We all remember what happened last year on the 1st of May. So none of these, these entities that are expected to lead the country in the right direction are doing that. So what do we do then as South Africans?
Yeah, I think we should get together as South Africans and look at the past 30 years, it's almost 30 years, and ask ourselves, what are the things that we put in place, what we were aiming to achieve with those things? Have we achieved, are we anywhere closer to achieving the things that we intended to achieve? If we've gone astray massively, which is the case really, we've gone astray massively in it, then we need to maybe go back to the drawing board and ask ourselves, maybe this is not the way to go. Maybe we need to try different tools, different approaches, different associations, different leaders. It's not just about leadership. We can't keep trying. As I say, I mean, these guys, some of them, I heard somebody saying they've just returned from China China and they go to learn from the Chinese Communist Party. This is South Africa is not a Chinese country, whether they like it or not. They can impose communism on the rest of us. And the Communist Party is not even an elected party. They just lich on the African National Congress. And their leaders are in parliament. They make laws for a country that is not at all, that never chose to be a communist party, a communist country. So there's a mismatch between the people who we've given too much political power to for too long and the country and the aspirations of normal South Africa. And that is a problem.
And yourself as a leader of society, when you say we must go back to the drawing board, what would you advise we do first if we do go back to the drawing board?
Well, going to the drawing board is what needs to happen, because what would happen there is that we'd ask ourselves a real question, we'd unpack the problems that we face as a society and call them out for what they are. Because when you misdiagnose any problem, whether it's a health problem or any other problem, you end up applying wrong solutions to solve it. So we need to look into the mirror and say, what is wrong with South Africa? And there's a litany of things that are wrong. I mean, impunity in government, arrogance, all those Zondo Commission people are still running around. The Nobula Konyanis of this world are still making speeches. This country almost pulled out of the ICC last week just so that one man can come and visit this country. I mean, have you ever seen a country in the world, anywhere in the world, that says we're going to change legislation? We're going to have a conversation in our National Assembly, which is supposed to be the place where all the citizens are represented, to have a conversation about changing an amendment so that someone can visit the country. You have no backbone, so everything is wrong. The leaders who are they're not even leaders really. The people who call themselves civil society public representatives are not public representatives. They are party representatives. So we need to say, let's erase all of that. Let's start all over. What kind of South Africa do we need? And let us agree and be open to the need to throw some things away. And I said not too long ago, including the powers that we have vested, that were vested by the Constitution into the presidency, and that were added into the presidency by both Zuma and Ramaphosa. We can't continue with too much power located in one place, with one political party in such a diverse country, making all the decisions, and many of which are foolish, mostly for themselves, pretending to be making for the rest of us. But look at where we are at. So we need to change a lot of things in South Africa if we are to recover and to grow.
All right. Well, Moeng, a brand expert, thank you very much for your time. And speaking of brands, I guess as South Africans, as you sit there at home, question yourself about how brand South Africa looks to the world. And if your answer is that it looks negative, what action will you take, especially as we head to 2024, a very important year for the country?